Hey folks, it's Sean Canary here. Hope you're all having a great week. Wanted today to talk a little bit about business software suite that you all have access to, which will be also a requirement of the bonus assignment that is due at the end of this week. But I wanted to introduce you to Google's version of Office, which is called G Suite. And to access Google's G Suite, all you need to do is go to google.com or just Google. You'll land on this main search page. Here you can sign in. If you don't have an account, all you have to do is hit sign in and choose another account and sign up. Of course, I already have an account, so I'll go ahead and sign in here. And it's very easy to access Google's G Suite from this little tic-tac-toe in the upper right-hand corner. From here, you have a couple different options. It's going to list the most used ones that you use here. But I'm going to hit the More button and then Even More from Google and show you exactly all of the applications that you have, right? So this will go over and explain to you a little bit about all the applications that Google has. Of course, you're familiar with Chrome as far as the browser goes. You may be familiar with Google Play and YouTube, but a lot of things that you don't know that Google has is included their Office suite, which includes Gmail. It also includes these four programs called Drive, Slides, Sheets, and Docs. Of course, Docs is a version of a Microsoft Word. Sheets is very similar to Excel, and Slides is very similar to PowerPoint. But one of the coolest things about Google is this program called Google Drive. And Google Drive is basically a storage area, kind of like a flash stick or external hard drive, but it is all on on the cloud, and you're able to store certain things, certain files, images, pretty much anything that you want in here. You'll notice that my business uses this. And we use it to store client information, client processes, personnel information, different things. In this folder here, I have several charts that I keep. In this one, I have images. But this is very easy to use and very easy to store different things. And you can find emails, or you can find documents really quick here. You can find images real quick. You can even star or favorite certain ones that you use quite a bit, right? Very easy to do. You can create a new folder, and then you can also create docs, sheets, or slides right from your drive. So your drive is all in one holding area for all of the files that you use for business, or even for your personal. I use this for all my personal photos and back up my photos. Now you get a certain amount of free storage with Google, but with the business plan, that's $5 a month, you get a 30 gigabyte plan, which is more than enough information to store all your documents, all your photos, and everything else like that. So that's the first thing, which is the Google Drive. Now your bonus assignment will have to deal with the next three applications: Google Doc, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. I want you to go ahead and sign up for Google, which is completely free, and to create a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, and a Google Slide, and share it with me, your professor. And I'll show you a little bit about that in each one. All right? So let's start off with Slides. So all we got to do is hit Get Started, and Slides will open in a new screen. Hit Use on Web, and there you go. Right here, you'll be able to use some of the pre-formatted templates. There's a lot to choose from here, just like if you had PowerPoint. You can choose any one of these PowerPoints, or you can even make your own. For my purpose, I'm just going to use a basic PowerPoint slide. I may even use one of the ones that I've used in the past. As you can see, I have a lot of my things in here from past classes, professional things in here. But let's just do a basic status report. So I'm going to use this template. So you're going to click on the template or hit New. The really cool thing about this is that I'll give you some templates to use. You can choose the different styles, and this works very similar to Microsoft PowerPoint. But the really powerful feature of Google Docs is the fact that you're able to share these, and this is where I'll want you to share it with me, your professor. You're able to share it with your team of other individuals. So I work with Annie Callahan at Kuno Creative. I work at Brandon at Kuno Creative, and I'm able to add this and send this to them that I can now share it. Brandon, working on this template, would like to have you help edit this. Sean. Now this will send him an email once I hit send that says this message. He'll be able to open it up in his Google Drive, and he'll be able to edit it at the same time I'm editing it, which means that both of us can work on it collaboratively at the same time, which is very powerful in business. So that's one of the coolest features about Google Docs is this share button and being able to share it with me. Now, it's important that for your bonus assignment to be counted towards bonus points, you'll have to share it with me at my scanary@gmail.com address. So again, skanary@gmail.com, and you'll be able to share this with me. Professor, sharing this with you for bonus points, Sean. And then you hit send and share. Now I want you to do that for obviously slide deck. I want you to do it for an Excel spreadsheet, and I want you to do it also for the Google Doc that you create. So let's take a look at the other ones. Google Sheets, same thing. Hit get started, use on web, and it'll open it up. Very similar. It'll give you all your previously used spreadsheets, as well as it'll give you some templates to use. So if you want to do a to-do list or an annual budget, you can do that, and they look pretty neat right here. That's pretty neat. Able to edit that and change that. But for this case, we'll just go ahead and choose a blank document here. Now you'll notice it looks exactly like Microsoft Excel. So typing in cell, it even has you can even do the same Excel calculations. So for instance, I want to take that and multiply it by 520. Even some of the more complex formulas you can add in here, and it does it just fine. So again, this is Google Sheets, very similar to Microsoft Excel. Again, you can share this with scanary, test sheet. You have to name it first, and you can save it with, or you can share it to scanary@gmail.com to get your bonus points. All right. Now, what's really cool, and last but certainly not least, is Google Docs. All right. So we'll show use on the web. Again, you can use one of the templates, or use one of, or just a blank document. You can name it anything you want up here. Test doc. This is my test document. right? So it's very similar to Google, Microsoft Office. You got your docs, you got your sheets, and you got your slide decks. Now, what makes this really cool, this program suite? Not only is the compatibility and the collaboration features of Google Suite very cool, but what's also really cool is the fact that you can use add-ons. And you can actually go up to the add-ons feature and click Get Add-ons. Now, these are all tools that will connect to your Google program and allow you to do a lot of cool things. So, for instance, we got a highlighter tool. We can turn docs into forms. We can use charts, table formatter. If you're a screenplay writer, you can add a screenplay writer. Maybe you want to add a area where people can sign with their finger on their phone. You can do that. You can add more fonts. You can put a calculator in there. There's a thesaurus, a fax thing. Just a bunch of different cool things. In fact, one of my favorite one is Easybib. And if you turn on the Easybib tool, it's very cool as far as college students. Let's just activate this here. Allow. It's very cool for college students that are writing papers in APA, MLA, whatever style of writing that you are writing your paper, it will add the correct formatting for APA, MLA, Chicago style, whatever, and it will properly enter and add a bibliography to your paper in the right format. So let's say that you're quoting something from Cleveland.com. So let's say you go to Cleveland.com and you're writing a paper, about Ohio's public universities, right? So you want to reference this article in your paper. All you have to do is copy the URL, go back to this Easybib sheet, hit search, and you can select it and add it right to your paper, and it'll be completely formatted correctly for APA style, which is a huge thing. Your old Professor Sean, who was very, went to college a long time ago, used to carry around a handbook, a formatting handbook, and I would have to try to figure out, okay, how many authors does this paper have? How many authors does this book have? And format it correctly. But now with this, I'm able to create a bibliography that is properly formatted very easily. Same thing with our books. You can add in an ISBN number or a journal. You can add that in, and you can very easily add that to it. So these are some of the cool add-on features, and each sheet or each program has its own features. So you can add in and take that program to the next level. So let's say that you have a document, a spreadsheet with all the first name and last name in one column. How are you going to separate it? Well, this split names tool will separate it into two columns for you. So it's actually pretty cool little features. And again, each one of these has its own add-ons by going to get the add-ons, and you can see that each program has its own cool tools that you can add onto it. One of my favorite tools for Google Docs, since I work in SEO and internet advertising, is being able to write a well-optimized article for the web. And one of the tools I use is called SEMrush Writer. And I'll show you how it works here. So it's called SEMrush Writing Assistant. And let's say that I want to be found for a certain keyword by Google. I can create a template here with my keyword. Let's say that I want, when somebody's searching for cool, let's say, golf clubs. I want to show up on page 1 of Google. This will tell me exactly how to write a web page so that I appear on page 1 or near the top of Google. And it will actually give me a grade on a scale of 0 to 10 of how well it's optimized. So it's a very cool feature that allows me to make sure that I'm writing a well-optimized blog article. And if it pops up here, I'll show you what it looks like. And here it is. So again, it'll tell me exactly, based on my target keywords, what I need to do. So this is my test article. And it'll tell me, okay, well, it's a poor score right now. You need to write 1,000 words. You need to use these words in it. It's not in your title, but it's a very cool tool, and it helps us as web designers create a well-optimized blog article. And again, I hope you enjoyed this little seminar, and we reviewed the cool Google Docs as far as Google Sheets and Google Slide Deck. Very cool Google programs called the Google G Suite. And again, we got Docs, Sheets, and Slides. So your bonus assignment is to create a doc, a sheet, and a Google Slide and share it with your good old dear professor at askcanary.com. What are you going to write about? What are you going to use a sheet for? Well, I will send you that information in the bonus assignment, so make sure that you stay tuned, and we'll talk to you next week.